Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, hello, hi, I'm Lauren. In today's video, I'm basically going to I'm pretty much going to be discussing something that is quite the touchy subject in the fitness industry, and that is pre-workout and post-workout meals. What you should be eating pre-workout, what you should be eating post-workout. Is there a specific time in which you have to eat in order to build muscle? If you needed a little bit of help in terms of like meal ideas and all that kind of stuff, I do make some suggestions throughout this video, so if you're interested in that, then do keep watching. First things first then, we're going to talk about the pre-workout. So the idea of a pre-workout meal then is to fuel your workout. Obviously, we need food in our system in order to have high enough energy sources to be doing a high level of exercise. I know some people do like fasted cardio and that sort of thing, and they say that their energy levels are great throughout. That is totally fine. You continue to do that if that's what works for you. This is just for my people that don't do fasted like exercise and all that kind of stuff, and they want to know what they need to eat in order to fuel their body for maximum muscle growth. Anyway, the idea is to fuel your workout. I know personally when I go to the gym, if I've ever done like a fasted workout, I always end up with the shakes because of my low blood sugar. And this is kind of the idea behind a pre-workout meal, because it helps to provide enough glycogen for your body to basically get through the exercise. It will also make sure that you feel good throughout your workout, and this is even better because it's going to keep you going back. If you feel good during your workout, you're most likely going to keep going back for more. Whereas if you're not feeling too great, you're going to be thinking, oh, I don't really want to do that again. And then last but not least, like I just said, it helps to make sure that your blood sugar levels are high enough to withstand the exercise that you're doing, because having low blood sugar means low concentration. Shakes, it means that you could end up injuring yourself. If you aren't fueling your body enough, then the likelihood of injury is a little bit higher. So simply put then, what do you need to eat? Carbs and protein is what you need to eat, pretty much. I don't personally track macros. I just basically aim daily to get as much protein in as possible. I don't particularly focus on fats, and I don't particularly focus on carbs. In terms of the carbs and fat groups, I just kind of eat what I feel like. As long as I've got a source of protein there, I don't really mind. So it's mostly the time then that you eat which is going to affect the composition of what you eat. So if you're going to eat 2 to 3 hours before a workout, obviously this is not practical for some people. Some people go straight to the gym from work. Some people work out, whenever they have a little bit of time on their hands. So I completely get it if you don't have all the time in the world to plan your pre-workout meal. But if you are like me and you do have that time because you don't have a life,
so funny,
then 2 to 3 hours before is your best time to eat. It obviously gives you more time for digestion to happen, and it also helps your body to use the macronutrients, the vitamins, the minerals that you've just eaten in your meal to basically head over to your muscles and fuel your workout properly. So in this circumstance then, a meal with protein, carbs and a little bit of healthy fats is great. Just make sure you've got a lean source of protein. Make sure you got some carbs in there to provide some glycogen, which helps you with energy sources, and then a little bit of fat, which basically slows the digestion process. It pretty much just ensures that your body utilizes the protein and the carbs more efficiently than if you were to avoid having the healthy fats. Your best option for carbs then are complex carbs, so things like starchy vegetables like sweet potato, and also whole grains, which will basically provide a longer lasting energy source for your body. One thing I'd say to avoid is too much fiber. So obviously some of you might know that when you eat like a really big meal that's full of really high fiber sources of food, you might feel really kind of uncomfortable. If you are doing things like cardio, high intensity interval training, you do not want to be eating lots and lots of fiber. This is mostly because you're going to feel really uncomfortable, you're going to feel really stodgy and full and just not very nice and not in a position to work out. I've done it before personally where I've ate too much fibre and I just want to go home, to be quite honest. I want to go home, I want to get in bed and I want to take a nap. And that is all I want to do. So it's probably best to avoid lots of fibre. So in terms of protein, we all know protein encourages muscle protein synthesis, which results in more muscle growth. And then you have obviously the fats, which I just said help slow digestion so that your body utilises the protein and the carbs properly. So some example meals then might be things like chicken with sweet potato and some cooked vegetables. Like I say, don't eat too many raw vegetables, they are high in fibre and you might feel a bit ugh. Oatmeal with some berries, some banana, peanut butter as your fat source. Make sure it's under like 10 grams of fat. You don't want to be having too much. Maybe something involving eggs of some sort. So sometimes I make this egg omelette and it is the nicest thing ever. I have 3 eggs, I chop some onion, some sweet peppers, I put some mixed herbs in there, so like oregano, basil, parsley, coriander. Chop that all up, sprinkle it all on, and then you got this massive omelette for barely any calories. It's brilliant. Or you could do some eggs on toast if you have some like whole grain bread, maybe that's a good option too. Well, I do have a video coming of why you eat in a day, and one of the breakfast options is actually that meal. Moving on then, if you only have the option to eat an hour before your workout, or you choose to eat an hour before your workout, then you do want to have a smaller size meal. If you are obviously weight training or you're weightlifting, powerlifting, you might be able to get away with a bigger meal, whereas if you're doing HIIT training or you're doing cardio of some sort, then I'd probably avoid having a bigger meal an hour before, because you will probably end up throwing it back up, just saying. Sometimes for me, if I don't have a chance to eat, I will just literally grab like a protein bar, or I'll have some eggs on their own, something that's a quick protein source. Quick digesting carbs are also a good option, things like bananas, grapes, sweet potato, crackers, bread, cereals, all that kind of stuff, because they digest a lot faster and won't leave you feeling full and all icky. So again, the protein source could be something like eggs, something like chicken, just anything that's quick enough to eat with enough time before your session. As long as you have a form of carbs and a form of protein, you will be fine, trust me. They are the main sources in terms of like energy supply and in terms of muscle protein synthesis. But just make sure that you're not skipping out on your carbs, because this is where you will start to feel a little bit weaker and maybe your strength levels won't be as high as what they should be. Again, in terms of the fat source, if you are going to have a balanced meal and you're going to have the protein, the carbs and the healthy fats, if you're going to be eating an hour before, lower the fats to around 5 grams or under, because your body's not having as much time to digest, it's not having as much time before your session, so you don't actually need as much of the fats present. So some ideas then might be quick scrambled eggs. They take literally like 2 minutes if you do them in the microwave. No, microwaves aren't the best, not everyone's a big fan of microwaves, I get it, don't scream at me, but it's quick is what I'm saying. Or you could have some protein, which is like oatmeal with a scoop of your protein powder, that works too. Anything, like I say, carbs, protein will be a good option. Excuse my nails. If it is any closer to your workout that you are eating, so say like 30 minutes, I would probably just say to opt for something really, really small, or something that is of less substance anyway. So maybe like a protein shake, something that you can just drink on the way to your session, a piece of fruit with the protein shake, so then you've got your carbs from the fruit and the protein in the protein shake. And that's pretty much it in terms of like pre-workout. So like I said, most of the things I mentioned there was literally just to make sure that you have a lean source of protein and some carbs. Carbs will make sure that you've got enough glycogen stores, enough to provide energy for your workout, and then the protein will promote muscle protein synthesis, helping you to build the maximum amount of muscle, which is what we all want, right? Moving on now then to post-workout nutrition. What is it for? Replenishes glycogen stores after a workout. It helps rebuild muscle. It helps to avoid muscle damage so that your body doesn't start breaking down all the protein that you've already got in your body, so you don't lose these bad boys. It also helps with muscle soreness, and it helps you to recover quicker. It helps with your immune system. It helps increase your muscle building ability. All that kind of stuff. It's all good stuff. Make sure you eat after a workout, make sure. So in terms of this, again, it's the same rule applies. Make sure you're getting some protein, make sure you're getting some carbs, make sure you're getting some healthy fats. That's all I have to say. I've given you meal options. You can eat them same meals as long as they have a protein source, a carb source and a fat source. There is no evidence for a time frame. I know so many websites and so many sources say there's a window for optimum muscle growth or some stupid shit like that. It doesn't exist, guys. It does not exist. as long as you eat within like 5-6 hours after your workout, which no doubt you probably will because you'll be starving, you'll be fine. There's loads of different evidence now to suggest that there is no special window for when you can eat after your workout in order for like maximum muscle growth. As long as you've eaten a protein source before your workout, it doesn't just disappear. The protein is still inside your body, like it's still being used. So it doesn't really make a difference when you eat. It's just as long as you've got a supply of protein and a supply of carbs, your body's going to use that regardless of what time it is. I just wanted to clear that up because I know so many websites say that shit, and it just really pisses me off when I see it because it's not true. People are like running home from the gym like, shit, I need to drink this fucking protein shake. Like, no, chill. For me personally as well, after I exercise, I don't feel hungry. It takes me a good like 45 minutes to feel like I need to eat something, because your body obviously it releases adrenaline, it releases all different kinds of things while you're exercising, and that can actually suppress your appetite, which is usually why you don't feel hungry after a workout. So yeah, don't be like terrified in the changing room trying to make your protein shake, because it's really not necessary. So that is pretty much it in terms of post-workout. Again, same rule applies like I've said before. Protein, carbs. That's all you really need to know. And if you need some healthy meal ideas, I am coming out with a what I eat in a day. That's pretty much it for today's video. If this has helped you out, then please do leave me a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any other questions that you would like to ask me, my Instagram and my Twitter are on the screen. If you would like to see more content from me, then please don't hesitate to click one of the videos on the screen, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!